has it. He's going to run it in again. Touchdown, Cowboys. Down he goes. He's sacked. Smith looks for the corner. It's caught. Looks to the corner. He's got a man. It's caught. Touchdown,
Cowboy. Welcome everybody to Inside Cowboy Football with head coach Dave Christensen, delivered by Union Wireless, Student Connect, National Calling,
and unlimited texting.
I had to do that, Coach. I'm glad you didn't say Dave. Coach, what a great atmosphere last weekend. I've been around a long time, and that was just the most sensational night I think I've ever experienced. One, to win the game, but that had to be a thrill.
Yeah, it was electrifying. Our kids were thrilled to, when they came out and saw the stands the way they were, and our fans came out in full force. Just a great night. We really appreciate the attendance of all of our fans and how excited they were, and the game day atmosphere was just spectacular. So it was a great evening.
I believe a lot of people felt that Nebraska would come into Laramie and just be more physical and push the Cowboys around. That didn't happen.
No, I was pleased with the way our kids competed from a physical standpoint. Disappointed we lost the football game. Field position hurt us a couple times, a couple scoring opportunities we squandered away, or it could have been a lot closer football game. But I certainly don't think that we were outmatched physically, and I thought our kids competed hard.
Coach, I felt like just watching the game that there wasn't that much intimidation by your kids. I thought they came out and you had a good plan. I thought for the most part, and there were some things that you didn't like, but they executed pretty well.
Yeah, we did at times execute extremely well. I think the game plan was set up for us to have success. We wanted to speed the game up, which we did. They had 31 plays the first half. We had 35, so had about 6 more minutes of possession than they did. Again, we had to play a near perfect game. We knew that going in. Our kids were not intimidated by any stretch of the imagination. Went out, competed from the first snap, and we just we didn't execute at a high enough level. A couple mistakes here and there, and against a team of that magnitude, that's all it would take.
Let's take a look at those highlights.
Well, as you can see from the picture, just a phenomenal crowd for the game Saturday night. Every seat in the house is sold out, and since the reconfiguration of the seating, largest crowd we've ever had here. So we come out here, we start out, Gabe Napton sacks Taylor Martinez for a 3-yard loss, and again, a good way to get started for us. We come here, a handoff to Alexander. We felt we could get after him, running the ball between the tackles, and Alvesta rushes for 11. Here's a 3rd and 5 on 30. Brett Smith scrambles around, finds Ghali Muhammad for 9 yards. We come right back to a 1st and 10, and Ghali rushes for 13 yards. And again, we just felt we could attack him through between the tackles. And then we got Brandon Miller here, 3rd down and 22 on a 10-yard gain up the middle. Puts a big hit on their safety. I thought Brandon took the physicalness to him. Then we have Alexander on another 10-yard rush, again picking up the 1st down, and just a great job. It was on a 3rd and 1 play. Now we got Brett Smith here on a slant route to Josh Doxson for a 7-yard gain. And Brett comes back and hits another slant route here to Ozzy Ogbonna, and makes 3 guys miss there, and then outruns their defense for a touchdown. Just a great job executing, a great route, great pass, good protection, and we'll get a chance to advance it, get it to the end zone. Here's a 3rd and 16 by Martinez, and Tashawn Gibson comes up, puts a big hit on the guy, causes a fumble, and also recovers a fumble. Great play by Tashawn. You get the replay again here. He comes, he cuts the guy, knocks the ball loose, and then has the presence of getting up and finding the football. Then we have Brett Smith here throwing a fade route to Josh Doxson in the corner of the end zone, and certainly looks to me like it's a touchdown. They ruled it wasn't, but as you can see on the replay here, he drags both feet in, and I'm not sure what they were watching up there, because there's his toes and there's the catch, but who am I to say? Great job, getting the ball underneath him. We come back, 4th and 6, and then Brett finds Robert Huron here, runs just a great route, beats their man coverage, beats the safety, and a great throw by Brett on that play.
We have a couple of outstanding Colorado Cowboy defenders here with us today, Mike Purcell, Korey Jones. And I know, guys, not the way you wanted the game to end, but Mike, that was some atmosphere, some game.
Definitely. Definitely have such a big team such as Nebraska coming to town. It's always going to be a lot of hoopla around town, you know, busy streets, you know, restaurants and everything. But definitely we just had to stay focused and everything. And even though things didn't go our way, it was definitely a fun game and one that we'll remember.
You know, Korey, a lot of people said that Wyoming wouldn't be able to stay up with Nebraska physically, and it certainly did not appear, at least from above, that the Cowboys were out physicaled by Nebraska. Do you feel that way?
It didn't appear that way from the field either. Being out there, I disagree with that 100%. I think we came out there and competed and played with them physically just fine. You know, and that lets us know, I guess, kind of from a confidence standpoint, that we can play with anybody in the country physically.
You know, I think that probably the defensive line has come along, Mike, as well as any part of the Wyoming team. You guys have played very well through the first 4 games. Definitely.
We definitely take pride in our defensive line. You know, it definitely every snap of the ball when we're on defense starts with us up front. We have to send that physical mentality and the speed of the game. You know, definitely. It's rough, you know. We don't always have it our way. We're not always in the bright lights and in the spotlight and everything, but we take pride in what we do up front.
Korey, you're very familiar with a guy who was a great Wyoming Cowboy. Mark Brook was your head coach in high school. Talk a little bit about him as a head coach. We know him as a linebacker and as a heck of a guy. Talk a little bit about him.
Well, yeah, you said it. He's a heck of a guy. He's a great person, great man, and he helped me a lot in high school, kind of developing me and kind of the person that I am. He's as far as a head coach, he demands a lot out of his players, out of his team, and you know, the guys, I know I certainly did, and the rest of my team did. Great respect for him and his coaching staff. He's more than just X's and O's and wins and losses. He's big on developing character and developing young men.
Mike, Cowboys with an open week, that doesn't mean no work, however. And I wondered if you felt like the first segment of the season, I guess, the 4-game segment, how you would evaluate it and what you look forward to during this week off.
I think we definitely did great. You know, not every game went our way, especially with Nebraska. But, I mean, the previous 3 games before that, we won every single one. They weren't always by a large margin of victory like Texas State, but you know, they were great teams. I think Nebraska definitely kind of, I wouldn't say necessarily woke us up, but definitely give us kind of an insight to what we may see further on into the season, playing teams such as TCU and Boise State, and even schools that are like us that don't get much spotlight, like UNLV or CSU. They're all definitely really good schools, and with this week, it'll help us go back to our basics, things that we can never forget. With going 4 weeks in a row, or even like last year going 12 weeks in a row, we definitely kind of maybe strayed away from our basics, which kind of going over just game plan for each week, going back to back to back. Definitely gives us a chance to kind of relax and go back to our basics and kind of get another kickstart on the season.
Korey, as you enter the next segment of the season, what would you like to see from the defense? Where would you like to see it improve?
I'd like to see, you know, progression every week, you know, regardless of the phase of the season or bye week. You know, each game, I feel each week we have to improve as a defense and as a team. If you you know, kind of get complacent with things, that's how you kind of just you stop making improvements and you stop developing as a team. I think if we just keep coming out, like Mike said, we kind of have a chance this week to get back to the fundamentals and the basics and kind of tighten up on those things and refresh on those things, and that'll, I think, coming into the next phase of the season, that'll help us until our next bye week.
Thanks to a couple of great Colorado Cowboys, Korey Jones, Mike Purcell. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Now stay tuned for the Union Wireless Call of the Game.
Smith in the gun. Alexander in the backfield with him, but he wants to throw. Quick hitter over the middle. This is cut by Agbana. Agbana to the 30. He breaks free to the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys!
Coach, open date this week, and I know everybody always says, well, it's coming at a good time, but this really is a good time for an open date for the
Well,
folks.
we were excited about having one after. We weren't sure where we were going to be physically after playing Nebraska. We happen to be in really great shape from a physical standpoint, so it's a great time for us to analyze everything we've done the first 4 weeks, try to fine-tune those things, give us an extra week in preparation for a big road game at Utah State, and freshen our guys up, and I think we get all those things done this week.
You know, kind of look at it possibly as the first segment of the season is now completed. Maybe a quick evaluation of how you thought the Pokes did in their first 4 games.
Well, we're 3-1, which if we feel pretty good about that. I think we competed well in every game. We got to make improvement so we don't have to win games in the last 30 seconds. But I'm pleased where we're at. I'm pleased with the work ethic. I'm pleased with the progress that we're making, and we just have to make sure that each week we continue to become a better football team.
And the next game out, of course, Utah State on the road, tough place to play. Your thoughts?
We're excited about it. It's another opportunity to get out and compete. It's a road game. Before, our kids have always done well on the road. We'll prepare. We know we're going to be playing in a hostile crowd. It'll be loud there. We'll have to prepare for that. But we've been on the road once this year, and so it's just another game for us.
And that's going to do it for Inside Cowboy Football with head coach Dave Christensen. Brought to you by Union Wireless, Student Connect National Calling,
And unlimited texting, Kevin.